A couple weeks ago, I shared a video where I briefly demonstrated a couple of the different ways to edit your photos for free. You can see that at the link up above, or I also put it down in the description below. Today, I am back with 3 videos where I actually edit a couple of photos in 3 of those applications. All 3 videos have this same introduction, so this video is for this. But there are videos for Nikon's free software, Canon's free software, and for Snapseed, which is a free app for your phone or tablet. I went out on a couple of specific photo outings with a Canon camera and a Nikon camera to capture some new images and to edit those for these videos. Sunrise nature shots in the desert and sunset portraits at a local park. And I'll be editing a couple of different images in each of these 3 videos, but I had quite a few more photos, so I have added a link in the description below where members can see a full gallery of images. Okay, let's get on with it. This is what Snapseed looks like when you first open it. You can do as it says and tap anywhere to open a photo. We're going to open up Bunny here. Bunny is a raw image I took with my Nikon D500. Now, first thing you can see over on the right here are some, I guess maybe they're most commonly used filters, just things that you can apply really quickly. Or at the very top, you can see what last edits were. That's nice if you're editing more than one image and you want them kind of edited the same. You can quickly do that when you open up a new image. Let's just try one of these here. We'll try Faded Glow. It actually looks pretty good, but that's not really the look I'm going for, so not today at least. So let's just get rid of that by hitting the X and then hitting the pencil so that we can see all of these adjustments that we can make. First, we're going to crop this image because on my D500, I had a 17-55 lens because what I was really there for was to shoot landscapes. But I came upon Bunny here and I wanted to take his picture. So I am definitely going to need to crop this in a little bit. I don't want the sidewalk in there. So let's just do that. Oh wait, I don't really like that. So I can go up to this little icon with the kind of backwards curly arrow and I can hit undo and then go back in and crop the way I really want to. All right, next let's look at white balance because obviously this white balance is off. I was in cloudy white balance because I was shooting a somewhat cloudy sunrise and it did not translate well for Bunny here. So I'm going to try something I actually don't normally do, which is to hit auto adjust. It isn't too far off from what it looked like, it's just not quite right. So I'm going to slide my finger left and right to adjust temperature here. And then to see what my photo looked like before I made this adjustment, I can press and hold on the screen. Just one finger, press and hold on the screen, and I'm going to see what my image used to look like. Now, while I'm sliding left and right to adjust temperature, I'm going to slide up and down to see what else I can adjust within this larger adjustment. In this case, I also have tint. So I'm going to choose that, and then you'll see tint in the upper left, and I can slide left and right to adjust that, to get it just right to what it actually looked like during that day. It'll give me a nice base for how to proceed with my edits. Let's try out one of these filters down here. Let's try black and white. So you've got different options for this black and white towards the bottom. Let's try out this film option. And then again, remember sliding up and down. You have all these different options. Let's see what happens if I reduce the grain quite a bit. That was real grainy. And it looks really nice actually, but that's not what I want either. So I'm gonna hit the X in the lower left. What I do want to do is go in and do some individual adjustments. So I'm going to try Tune Image, and again, swiping up and down, I have all of my individual adjustments that I can make. So let's bring the shadows down, let's bring the highlights up, and then let's bring up saturation just a little bit. A couple other cool things here are lens blur. You can press your finger right on that blue dot there and move this circle around. I'm going to get rid of that for now, but I am kind of curious about vignette. In this case, Bunny really doesn't stand out very well because, well, it keeps him alive in the desert. So I'm going to make this circle a little bit smaller by using the same gesture as I would to pinch and zoom. And then by swiping up and down, I can choose whether I want to adjust inner brightness or outer brightness. So in this case, I just want to bring outer brightness down a little bit. And that brings Bunny right out. Now back up here with that little sort of swirly backwards arrow, if you press View Edits, you can see all of the edits you've made, and you can go back into any one of those and make further adjustments or get rid of it entirely. And then I can go down here to this arrow icon and save a copy of my image right to my camera roll. Okay, now let's try a portrait. And this is me hanging out at the park. It was a nice fiery sunset behind me. And the first thing I want to do here is crop. I feel like I'm really noticing the playground equipment in the background, and I kind of want to get rid of that. So let's choose maybe a square crop. I'm not so sure I like that. Maybe an 8x10. There we go, much better. I look very contemplative. Let's try out one of these filters over here. Let's do fine art. That looks really cool, but it's a shame to get rid of that beautiful fiery sunset color back there. So let's get rid of that. And really, I don't feel like I want to do a whole lot to this image from here, but there is one thing that is bugging me, and it's that my face is just a little bit dark. Something that's cool about Snapseed is that you can do selective edits. So if I go to selective edits, I can add a dot by pressing the little plus sign and where it says add down at the bottom. And then you'll find that your dot ends up being really big, so you can do that same like pinch and zoom type of gesture to make the circle bigger or smaller. And then swipe up and down to decide what the adjustment you're going to make is. For me, I just want to increase brightness just a little bit on my face so that you can see it a little bit better. And I often do the press and hold thing so that I can see what my image looked like before, kind of as a little bit of a sanity check. How much am I actually changing the image? In this case, I'm not changing it a whole lot, but it makes all the difference for me to just bring up the brightness, maybe bring up the contrast a little bit so that my face is kind of a little bit more of the focus of the image. Real quick, I do want to show you the curves. I don't think I'll want to actually apply anything, but you can go through here and there's lots of different kind of presets that you can use, which is really handy. Or you can actually manually adjust curves. And I'll save my image. And that's that. Remember though, there are 3 of these videos. The videos for the Nikon and Canon software, well, they're pretty brand specific, but Snapseed will edit anything that I've ever thrown at it, including images taken with your devices. So take a look at them. And then Snapchick VIPs and Patreon, Zion and Beyond patrons. Check out the link in the description below for the gallery of all of the images that I took on my fun photo outings. In my experience answering your questions about photography, it's a common misconception that you need to pay lots of money for software to edit your images to get them to look good. Free software is out there that has the capability for you to make basic edits and even beyond that into the more advanced stuff. There's certainly a time and a place for things like Photoshop, but if you try out something free like these that I've talked about and you like them, I say stick with it. Save your hard-earned money for lenses or trips with your camera, am I right? Anyway, everyone, thanks for watching.